Penny from the science club says hello. Can you do that for a brother?
Nike presents This Week in Pee Wee Football. The Colts won their third straight Sunday, due in large part to a defense made up of hellfire and brimstone. Colts defenders held the Steelers scoreless on a relentless mission of search and destroy. Like birds of prey, one swoops in to disrupt a play, leaving his teammates to scavenge the remains.
I've always wanted to do this. With NFL Sunday Ticket on DirecTV, you get up to 13 regular season games live every Sunday. So if Washington is blowing out the Bucs, just switch to the 49ers Saints game. But hey, is Emmitt Smith breaking the rushing record? Are the Giants crushing the Eagles? You get it. Not on cable, but with DirecTV and this. Now that's a game plan.
Get the last 5 weeks of NFL Sunday Ticket free for a limited time when you get a DSS dish and DirecTV Total Choice. Don't miss the best of the regular season.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Starter, who reminds you that players play, teams win.
Back at Lambeau Field, winter is coming. And the Bears, for the third time in the game, following this 2-minute warning, will be trying to get the first down on 4th down. They failed earlier and turned the ball over on downs and succeeded on this possession.
You got a big 4th down. You better believe Reggie White is back in the game. Game's on the line. Players want to be, playmakers want to be on the field.
Call it 4th and 2. Kramer with time, going deep. The pass is intercepted. Leroy Butler picks it off in the end zone. A big play by the Packers. And they maintain their 1-touchdown lead with 1:53 remaining.
Big play by Leroy Butler.
On the first turnover of the game. We'll be back.
Okay, new rules. Individuals are no longer more important than the team.
You want a piece of that championship? Put it in here. Nobody can do it alone, but together we can do it.
Sports magazines include more team photos. More game balls go to linemen. We all play more as a team. We pat someone on the butt when they fail and celebrate like madmen when they succeed. Starter, it's about team.
Now, all the strength of Imodium AD is concentrated in the smallest, easiest to swallow anti-diarrheal caplets ever made. So powerful they can work in one dose instead of dose after dose of the pink stuff. New concentrated caplets, only from Imodium AD.
You in pain? Not now. My doctor gave me Tylenol, extra strength. Wait, Tylenol works after knee surgery? Here I am.
From post-surgical pain to headaches, doctors recommend Tylenol the most.
Come on!
Okay, board. Who thinks Dion should play wide receiver?
Fade back. He's got Dion wide open. What a catch!
I hope Coach Schwitzer's checking this out.
Football according to Dion. Primetime NFL. Sports.
Finding out Little Caesars' new stuffed crust pizza is a better deal at only $7.99 results in a kind of wacky happiness. A large cheese and pepperoni stuffed crust pizza at Little Caesars for just $7.99.
Pizza, pizza.
The Green Bay Packers trying to extend their winning streak over the Bears to 4 in a row and earn a tie for first place in the division. Dave Wanstead's Bears went for it on 4th down and 2, and the pass to Wetnight picked off by Butler. And now now the Bears will have to use their 2 remaining timeouts defensively here with 1:53 remaining. First down on the 20-yard line. Edgar Bennett. And the Bears will call a timeout with 1:47 on the clock.
Sean Jones really made that play. And Sean Jones is going to come off the field right here, and he's going to get the pressure into Kramer's face that makes Kramer have to throw the ball where he doesn't want to. Right there. You see, then what happens is they zone him. And Leroy Butler is hanging deep as the deepest. They're trying to swing this guy up here, but a nice job by Butler of having very good discipline and staying down below. And then you can see down here, Wetnight was not the primary guy because he actually slows his pattern down. Watch right here. See, and then Butler, he just sees the ball before Wet Night does and beats him to it. I think it was a nice job by Fritz Shurmur, and then you can see how Dave Wannstedt feels about the whole thing.
Meanwhile, on the other side, the Packers, who really have had to dig down deep in this game. Fritz Shurmur's defensive unit, Mike Holmgren. This was a very tough week for the Packers, who lost the game. As you remember, T.J. Rubley changed the audible, an interception, and the Vikings won on the last play of the game on a field goal. Bears lost the same way on an overtime field goal by the Steelers. Second down and 9 on the 21. Expect another running play here, but Favre with a pass to Keith Jackson, and he's short of the first down, and the Bears may be forced to use another timeout, and their last of the game. But the Packers are within a yard or so of the first down. That look says it all.
The big game only come once a year.
Don't miss the San Francisco 49ers take on the Dallas Cowboys next.
And again, coming up after this one, the 49ers and the Cowboys. Dallas with the best record in the NFC, only one loss. The 49ers struggling, however, at 5-4. And the Bears could be faced with some partners at the top of the NFC Central if the Packers can hold this lead. It'll be third down and 1 at the 29, and a first down here would salt it away. The Bears are out of timeout.
This is a big down for the Chicago Bears. They stop them right here. They got themselves a chance.
Third and 1, and Edgar Bennett is stopped for a loss, and the Bears hold, and they'll get another chance. Alonzo Spellman with a big defensive play up front for the Bears.
That was it. All they needed was one chance, and they're going to get it. Because now, because there's somebody hurt, the officials just stopped inside. Watch Alonzo Spellman come down inside. He just crushed Keith Jackson. And when he crushed Jackson, he took down Bennett. Now Bennett's down on the field. They'll stop the clock. That aids Chicago. With 1:22 to go, heck, all it takes is one play.
And Bennett is down. Chance Harper's luck has taken him to some strange places, but this Friday it's going to take him to the afterlife. And there may not be a way back. Catch a brand new episode of Strange Luck Friday at 8, 7 Central on Fox. Well, a big stop by the Chicago Bears on third down. And now Dave Wannstedt's Bears will get another shot. They have no timeouts remaining.
I think that's a tactical error right there with Keith Jackson in a football game. Not a great blocker over Alonzo Spellman. Spellman just crushed him physically. Just threw him right back and ran right into the running back Bennett. And then Bennett gets hurt, and that's a monster because that stopped the clock. Watch him come across. You're going to watch Spellman just takes Jackson and just runs right through him and makes the tackle in the backfield, and then you can see Edgar Bennett gets hurt right there.
Packers forced to use the timeout because of the injury. They've got 2 left. Hendrick will punt, and Jeff Graham back deep to receive for the Bears. Graham from the 31. And will go out of bounds at the 35. Chased there by Travis Jerby. So that's where the Bears and Erik Kramer knows he needs a touchdown, nothing less.
I'll tell you how big that injury was. That injury is a difference of 30 seconds. So you have 1:13 as opposed to 1:43, and that's a monster. Because the Bears have no timeouts. With 1:13, that's more than enough time to march the 64 yards that they have.
Kramer has completed 20 of 32 for 278 yards. Reggie White, gutty performance today, and now it's a matter of time to see whether the courageous efforts will pay off for the Packers. Bears first down on the 36. Kramer's pass. Conway He's not going to get out of bounds. He's got the first down, however. Lenny McGill kept him from going out of bounds. 1 minute remaining. You can be sure Kramer's called many plays already. Bears out of timeouts. This pass to Whitnight. He can't get out of bounds, and the clock continues to go.
It's a bad play by Whitnight. He should have just let it drop. The difference in 4 yards is not a big deal, though.
2nd down and 6. Getting down to a half a minute remaining. Kramer's going to need something deep. And this pass is caught by Graham for a first down, but they can't stop the clock, and they're going to line up and probably spike the ball here.
No, you can't do that. They're going to. You have to allow the defensive players to get back in a reasonable amount of time.
Kramer didn't care if he got back or not.
Well, you're going to stop the clock. That's all he cared about.
Offside, encroachment, defense, number 96.
Oh, they call it.
5-yard penalty
against Sean Jones.
Well, you have to allow them to get back in a reasonable amount of time. And unless they determined, which apparently they did, that they were taking their good old time lollygagging back. And see, you see the offense hurrying up. Everybody's trying to get back there. You know, that's the
judgment call.
Yeah, it's a judgment call.
That's a 5-yard penalty the other way, so the ball is at the 20, 1st and 5.
The penalty is inconsequential. Stopping the clock is what matters.
17 seconds on the clock.
Now you got 4 downs to get it into the end zone.
White putting pressure. Kramer's pass incomplete, and he was going for Conway.
And a flag is
down at the 5-yard line. Leroy Butler once again. He has played a sensational game in the secondary for the Packers. And defensive holding will give the Bears a first down. 11 seconds to go.
Holding defense, number 33. 5-yard penalty.
That was against Evans.
First down.
With 11 seconds, you'll give up the 5 yards. That doesn't matter. You don't give up the touchdown. And so defensively, you have to defend the end zone. You can, with 11 seconds left, you can see him on the slot getting a jam right there. And they're going to call that. You just can't let him in the end zone right here. Let him throw underneath. With 11 seconds, you won't be able to get 2 plays off.
They're at the 14-yard line. 11 seconds to go.
Have to throw to the end zone.
Kramer's pass incomplete to Graham. He was double covered by Evans and Butler. Now there are 6 seconds.
Yeah, with time for 1, maybe 2 plays. You could get one off in 5 seconds and have 1 second left. But again, the ball has to come inside. So what do you do defensively? You have to get on the line of scrimmage and you have to jam the receivers. You have to make them work. And then you want to get pressure right up the middle. You have to get maybe bull rush or something has to come on them quick. You don't take chances.
If the Packers win, they will go to a tie for first, but they will have beaten the Bears twice. That's the tiebreaker. 2nd and 10. Kramer with a fade pattern. They were looking for a flag. Nothing doing. It was intended for Timpson, and that'll bring up, well, doesn't matter. 2 seconds to go. The last play is coming up.
Now you're at the Chicago Bears. So what do you have to do? Obviously, you have to throw the ball into the end zone. Now you can do whatever you want here. I mean, you can roll out, you can buy time, you can run crossing patterns, whatever you want to do down here to stretch the field. They've been keeping them in the pocket. I wouldn't be surprised if they move Kramer a little bit to buy some time to work that whole field.
The game is right here. 2 seconds remaining. Kramer's pass. Have held on to beat the Bears again. Four in a row for the Packers in a gutty, courageous performance as you'll ever see from Brett Favre and Reggie White, who are not figured to play any major role today. But the Packers have beaten the Bears again. They have swept the season series and go into a first-place tie with Chicago with identical records of 6-4.
What a great football game. Both the quarterbacks came through big. Curtis Conway comes up big. The running game, every aspect except slowing down the scoring. It was 63 points scored in this game. You go back and you look at those films and you're going to be banging your head against the wall.
4 ties in the game. And the winning touchdown, Favre to Edgar Bennett with 9:17 left. A 16-yard pass and run. The only score in the 4th quarter to give the Packers the win. So Green Bay and Chicago now with 6-4 records. Tampa Bay is 5-4. But remember, the Packers have the #1 tiebreaker, having swept the Bears. And it was the first time that Green Bay had swept Chicago in back-to-back seasons since the 71-72 seasons. What a tremendous game that delivered all that was promised, Matt.
Absolutely. And particularly this man right here, Reggie White. Reggie White came through when he had to.
Here's the last play of the game. Bears couldn't get it in the end zone.
And all they're doing is they're getting the jam, like I said, and they're defending downfield. They have the safeties deep. They got enough pressure, and because they were trailing underneath, they forced that ball to come over the top, or it would have been an interception.
So the Packers, after 2 losses on the road, come back and win a game they had to win. Coming up next, the 49ers and the Cowboys. For Matt Millen, I'm Dick Stockton saying so long from Lambeau Field. The final score, the Green Bay Packers 35, the Chicago Bears 28. So long, everybody.
It is our proudest achievement since we took ownership of the airline. Introducing our new Boeing 777, co-designed by the employee owners of United. We don't just work here. Come fly our friendly skies.
You've been watching Fox Sports, seen by most as being very, very cool.
Grant Peterson in Mountain Home announces the Last Chance Sale. The 96s are arriving daily, so it's your last chance to take advantage of special low-rate financing. Huge cash rebates and the biggest Grant Peterson discounts on every vehicle in stock. Right now, all Buick Centuries are priced $1,029 under invoice. Drive off in the B2300 pickup for just $159 per month and no money down. Or Mazda Millennias for $3,029 under invoice. And save thousands only at Grant Peterson and Mountain Home, where we're stacking them deep and selling them cheap.
Speed, exhilaration, excitement, value, experience, quality, selection, service. From people who know you. Make your skiing experience all it can be. Greenwood Ski House, Boise's only specialty ski shop since 1957.
Sometimes bad things happen to good people. That's when you need action. Action Bail Bonds. 344-9511.
Check out the November movies on Fox. Keanu Reeves, Winona Ryder.
So are you.
Bram Stoker's Dracula. Scott Bakula in a world premiere miniseries.
They make me do things.
The Invaders. Every family has its secrets.
No!
Susan Day, Sam Elliott, Blue River. How far will a kid go to survive on the street?
You did this for us. You're a liar!
The Price of Love. Don't miss the motion picture events coming in November to Fox.
San Francisco and Dallas. One of the keys, the offensive line for the Cowboys, and their line coach is Hudson Houck. And we had a chance to eavesdrop a little bit earlier.
Extremely aggressive, extremely good. Remember one thing, how did we feel after this game last year? Think back, how did we feel? Okay, just make this back right. What do we got?
Start fast on 3, baby. Start fast on 3. 1, 2, 3. Stop it!
That whole offensive line possibly could be in the Pro Bowl for the NFC. They're that good. The 49ers will have first crack at it, however, as Dexter Carter, just signed last week, a former 49er, gets the opening kickoff, and the Dallas team does its job on coverage. Charlie with you.